Then we go to the solo. So let me break this down as quickly as possible for you. The solo is going to be taking place for the most part in E minor pentatonic, although it does deviate from there. So the first thing you do is you go to the 14th fret of the 3rd string, and you're going to bend that. So we're going to take that note, we're going to bend it up a whole step. Now, normally when you bend, if you've never really done bending before, you're going to put your 3rd finger on the 14th fret of the 3rd string, your middle finger on the 13th fret, and your 1st finger on the 12th fret. And you're going to bend that up. Now, we're bending up a whole step, so we got to go to 16th fret. We're bending from 14 to 16. Okay? Now, after I do that bend, I'm going to go to 12, 12, 12 on the 2nd, 1st, and 2nd string. So I have... Okay? Kind of a Chuck Berry-ish lick. Now, you'll notice in order to do that, I got to take my 1st finger off to get to those 12s, right? And then I'm going to go to the 15th fret of the 2nd string. I'm going to pluck that twice. And I'm going to bend it up a whole step again using that same technique I did in the 3rd string, only now I'm at the 15th fret. And you could basically do all this stuff with down picking if you wanted to. And then what he does is some reverse bends. So what you're doing there is you're just bending backwards. You're picking it while the bend is already up. You're picking it and letting it drop. So he does that 3 times. So a lot of bending, and it's Ace Frehley, so that makes sense. So you're bending, and then 2 bends up on 15 of the 2nd string, then 3 bends, reverse bends. Then you're going to go to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and you're going to do a hammer-on from 12 to 14 back to 12 with your ring finger. Then you're going to bend that 14th fret twice again. And then if you know how to do vibrato, you could tag a little vibrato on there. Then you do the 1st lick again. Then he does this lick. And what you're doing there is you're going to the 2nd fret of the 2nd, excuse me, the 12th fret of the 2nd string. You're going to do a hammer-on pull-off to the 15th fret with your pinky. Then you're going to go to the 14th fret of the 3rd string, and then back to the 12th of the 2nd string. These are all really typical rock licks, and please remember, if you're watching this and you're completely clueless, you're going to have to take this nice and slow. You have to make sure you know how to do certain techniques like bending and vibrato and stuff, and if you don't, I have videos available that teach those sorts of things. Now here's our lick. Then what you're going to do is go to the 15th fret of the 1st string with your ring finger, and we're going to do that bend again. We're going to bend it up. Okay, so we have... We're going to bring it up and then back down. And then he does this. And what he's doing there is he's bending it up a whole step, and then he's pre-bending it back a half step. He's doing a reverse bend, I should say, back a half step. So he's going... So again, very bluesy in nature, a great solo to work on. So here's the first part. Reverse, 3, and then here's the second one. Then he goes to the 17th fret. He bends that 17th fret up over and over and over again. Whole step bends. The only half step you've had at this point is the 15 where you came down that half step. Then he goes back to the same lick again. But then he comes down to the 2nd and 4th frets of the 3rd string, and he's going to go. So he's doing a pull-off from 4-2-0. So you're doing 4-2-0 as a pull-off, and then you're going back to the 4 and picking it. Then you're doing it again. Then you start doing just a series of pull-offs. So you're doing that, you're picking the 4 every time. So he's doing Then you do a series of unison bends. I'm going to go to the 4th fret of the 2nd string with my index finger. I'm going to go to the 6th fret of the 3rd string with my ring finger. And I'm going to use my middle finger on the 3rd string as well to help bend it up. And what I'm doing is I'm bending the 3rd string to make it sound as the same pitch as the 2nd string. So I'm bending them up. This one doesn't move at all. The 1st finger stays where it is. It's the 3rd finger that goes up. So I'm going 4. So let me show you that. We're going 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so. Okay, then we go back to our lick again. And then what he does is he just starts picking it and he descends. So he's doing a reverse bend nice and slow and he's picking it over and over and over. Kind of reminds me of Hotel California by the Eagles. Then he ends with a pull-off from 15 to 12. And then he heads up and he's going to be in the key of B minor now. So he's going to do the same kind of thing he was doing here, the same lick, but he's going to be up here. So he's doing the same bend, 12, 15, 12, but we're going up to the 19th fret of the 3rd string, and then doing the 21st fret, and then doing the 19th fret of the 1st and 2nd strings. Then doing the bend on the 22nd. So he bends it once, and then the second time he bends it twice. Okay? So I'm going to break down the solo just a little bit one more time. I'm going to show you how the whole thing goes in one swoop. But please remember, with these videos, the goal is for you to watch it, and when you get to a part that you don't really understand, to press pause or stop it or whatever, and then build that part. But you really can't get the true feel of a song without truly knowing how it sounds. So like solos like these, Ace Frehley is one of my favorite guitar players, and what's great is that you can really sing these solos in your head. So here's the whole solo. And then we're going to do our second part. Then we back, 3rd part. Into this. So those are unison bends. And unison bends are always a whole step apart. So if this guy's on 4, this guy's on 6. So you just want to watch 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's what you're doing. Then you end with the last part. So you're doing that reverse bend. And then you're ending with a pull-off from 15 to 12. Then you're heading up into B minor pentatonic. And you're back again. So please let me know if you have any requests, and please always remember that you can always look at some of my other videos to answer some of the questions that you may have. But if they don't answer your questions, you can always get a hold of me through that link as well. So take care and have a great day.